We should be live, but we're not.
Oh,
Okay. There it goes. Maybe now we're live. Oh, okay. There's just a bit of a delay. Okay. And we're in. We're on. And we're alone. So no pressure.
All right. Good deal.
Okay. I think people can view and it not show up in the viewer thingy, but yeah, I don't know. So, well, aloha. Welcome to a very late 11sies with Weird Mom. It's more like a 2:45sies, but we do what we can. So let me just get in close to the camera here. This isn't the best camera, but I'm going to show you why. I have a gory eye. So what had happened was I went to sleep. I took a nap one day with my contacts in, and I thought my contact had fallen out. I had like a weird eye booger when I woke up, and I thought that that was my contact. And so, went on about my business, and I put another contact in. I put contacts in and out a couple of times since then. And then the other day I had like a migraine and it started to feel a little irritated. And so I thought, I'm going to take it out. I just don't even want to take any chances. So I went ahead and I took it out. And a little while later, I laid down, took another nap because migraines, Shh, it's okay. I laid down, took another nap. And a little while later, my eye felt really irritated. So I was trying to see in it. Finally, I took an HD picture of it. Hey, that's enough. In this apartment, there's no dogs. And here's my dog barking. She's going to get us busted. Anyway, so I took an HD picture of my eye and I saw that there was another contact in there. And so that was my lost contact. So I pulled it out. So it turns out I had a contact kicking around in my eye socket for about a week. So it scratched the hell out of my cornea. And then my eyelid had like a dramatic reaction. So, yeah. So my eyelid is swollen. My cornea is scratched. I can't really see. It's been really hellacious. I've just, in the last couple of days, been able to handle any light at all. I've been sitting in a dark room with my eyes closed, listening to audiobooks. So it's been great. So, but on the line with us today, we have Antifreeze. Say hi, Antifreeze.
Hi, Weird Mom. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just fabulous. I, could be a little better. I just washed my hair and lost about a quarter of my quantity of hair, I think. But, old age is fun, huh?
Yeah. Well, it still looks real good, and your eye doesn't look too bad.
No.
Your glasses are kind of covering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the glare of them is really. I've been having to go through some elaborate stuff to keep the sun out of it. Yes. It turns out you do need both the eyes, though. I have discovered with my involuntary experimenting that, boy, you do. All these people that are like, I'd give my left eye for, they're lying. They are absolutely lying, because if they knew what it felt like, they wouldn't be giving their left eye for shit, for nothing. You need both eyes. You definitely know. Yeah.
Right, for pouring stuff and
yes.
for walking through doorways and stuff.
Yes. I was putting the dog in the car and I accidentally whacked her head on the door frame. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Depth perception. It sucks. Yeah. And then making coffee and thinking I got all the coffee in there, and then I step away and look back and there's a little pile of coffee next to it because I missed. I freaking missed. Yes. Yeah, you need both the eyes. You definitely need both the eyes. For sure. Oh, I guess I could.
Yeah, definitely.
I could have put something fancy on my little green screen here. Let's see. Let's do, yes, shall we? Let's put a fancy
Yes.
green screen.
Let's put something up there.
Let's put the fancy. Yes. That's beautiful. Yes, indeed.
Oh, there you go.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
Huh? You like my piano?
That is beautiful.
My piano.
Yes, that is beautiful. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
You got your computer set up right there in the corner. I like how you have it set up.
Yes. I've cleaned the house.
I can see your little security camera disguised as a duck up in the corner. It's beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. Please sit on my expensive couch. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Pull up a chair. Let's talk. Yes, let's chat. Yes, indeed. All right. I see we have some people that join. Say hi.
Hi. Who's on the line with us?
I don't know. Looks like 4 people. Yeah.
Good deal.
All right. I made a really awesome thumbnail for this, and then I couldn't get it to upload because I'm trying to do everything with one eye. And it's just, oh, Comrade Blaze. Our gamer friend, he's going to ask us about controllers here any moment, how I feel about off-market controllers. What is it? Third-party controllers, that's what it is. You always ask me that.
Oh.
Yes. And my stance today is, as it has always been, if it's a well-made third-party controller, absolutely buy a cheaper controller. Absolutely. I'm all for them. All for them. So, yes. So let's see, we had a little bit of updates to the Lori Vallow Daybell case. She wanted a change of venue, so did Chad. They want to get the hell out of Fremont County and Madison County. They think they can get a more impartial jury in Boise. I think that
I don't see how they would think. I would think that the attorneys and stuff in Boise would be right up at the top of their game, and it would be harder for them.
Right.
They would be harder on them. I think they'd be harder on them.
Absolutely.
I think if they got their change of venue, it would be in the children's favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hi, Dawn Marie. How you doing? Let's see. Comrade Blaze asks, "What's my opinion on Terraria on the 3DS?" I don't have any opinion because I haven't played it. I don't really have a lot of bandwidth to play video games. I'm limited on my data, and now I use up all my data on video editing, and YouTube videos. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah. I don't think they're going to get their change of venue, but if they do, that's going to suck for Lori because she's in the nicest jail in Idaho right now, you know?
Well, yes. Yes. And she's not in there with a lot of people, you know, I mean.
StreamYard.
Yeah. I mean, there's only 1 or 2 other people in there with her at a time, other ladies, other women.
Right, and most of the time she's got the whole jail to herself, and she can just do her flirty little Lori Daybell thing with the guard. Can I get some lotion? My skin is so dry. I need some lip gloss. Yeah.
I imagine if she was put in a larger jail with a lot of women, she would probably be having a hard time daily with women coming up to her saying what they think of her, because a lot of people have an opinion of her.
Yes.
And would love to come face to face with her and tell her what that opinion is.
Yes. Dawn Marie is asking, is it a really small jail? Oh yeah. It's a very small. In fact, they only have a women's section when they have a woman. And so, like, a lot of times it's just men in that jail. So it's a really small jail and very nice. It's a really nice one because it's in a richer area with people that don't get in as much trouble. So nobody's in there trashing the place. So she just doesn't even realize how nice it is. She's got it there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very, very true.
And she gets sent to Pocatello, and she's going to be in there with the real, some crackheads and some, bad check writers.
But she's going to be in there with street savvy people, and
right,
and they're not going to be too happy about someone who killed their children. You take, for instance, you get 20. Okay, and there's going to be a lot more than that. You get 20 women in one area that are missing their children and don't get to see their children for at least 6 more months, if not some of them years, and then they're faced with a woman that was either killed and had her children buried or was complicit in their killing and didn't care that they were buried. And so I imagine she's not going to be treated nicely on a day-to-day basis.
No, and they get the news in there. They watch the news in there, so.
They very much get the news in there.
We know that because she was like, "Oh, look, I'm on the news." Yep, they get the local news. They get the world news.
Yep.
And she's absolutely basking in the fact that she's the center of there's the COVID and Kobe Bryant's playing and everyone's focused on me. How does my lipstick look? Evil.
Yeah.
Diabolical.
Yeah, I don't understand their change of venue thinking. Because even Chad wants to change of venue also, and he's up in Fremont County, which I think that the jail up there is newish.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't really checked into that, but I think it is. I think it's newish as far as in the last 10, 20 years. You got to realize that Idaho's jails last a long time.
Very long time.
And decades.
And decades.
Decades before they upgrade them or are approved for new buildings. But it's Fremont County's got a fairly new building as well, and I know that the feds were in on the investigation, right?
Right. Yes. I'm getting a drink.
So I was like, where did you go?
I'm getting a drink.
All right. So the feds were in on the investigation, and then so I'm sure that it's been investigated thoroughly. Now, how for them to put it all together into a case and present it properly.
Right. I kind of feel like what they have right now is just
count.
Yeah. I feel like what they're doing.
To present it.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that as far as defense for the children, they might even have a better opportunity, chances to do that. I don't know. That's judge and attorneys here that I don't know, and that's really unfair for me to do. And I'm not saying that any of them are subpar by no means.
Right. Right. Dawn Marie says she doesn't deserve anything but to sleep on cold rocks. That's too good for her. Cold rocks are too good for her. Hot coals.
Yeah.
Hot coals.
Yeah, I really think if she ends up doing any time at all, which of course she should, she'll be missing some sleep when she comes out of there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'd say if she's in there with 150 women that are missing their kids, and she will be.
Well, Pocatello's overcrowded.
It is overcrowded. Yes.
Yeah, and that's about where they would send them if they did a change of venue, right? And then, God, if she went to Boise, that's really overcrowded.
Well,
Boise State is
talking
awful.
county jails then,
right?
And yeah,
Ada County is not pretty. It's not pretty. I've just heard horror stories about Ada County. Yeah. And in the middle of COVID and everything else.
I think that they have like roach problems and stuff there also because of the temperature climate.
Comrade Blaze says the bee of course flies anyway because bees do not care what humans think is impossible. And then Dawn Marie says, in honesty, what do you ladies think the outcome will be? My opinion is what they've charged her with right now is like a placeholder because there is no statute of limitations on murder charges. And so they're going to make sure that they carefully build that case because they've screwed up in the past with like Chris Tapp and, you know, with the Paul Ezra Road stuff, they really, you know, they learned way back then, you know, and then with the Christopher Tapp case, you know, that was horrible, and they just got bit on that. They're still stinging from the slap on that, and so they're going to be much more careful and make sure that all of their ducks are in a row before they bring charges for the murder. But I think that they're going to go after them for Tammy's murder, and I think that they're going to go after both Chad and Lori for that. And then I think they'll wind up charging them eventually for the murder of the kids. And then I really think they're going to wind up doing some charges. At least Lori is going to get charged for Charles in Arizona because they're investigating that more closely now, finally. They should have done that to begin with. But
yes, and I think that there should be multiple charges on her with that because of the coercion of the children and everything in Charles's case.
Yes. And I think that their phone call saying that Alex didn't know anything and whatever, they've kind of screwed themselves on trying to blame the whole thing on Alex because of the other, you know, like the phone calls between her and Melanie Gibb. And then what was said like on the body cams and stuff like that. Oh, definitely they're going to get time. Dawn Marie says, so definitely time, right? Yeah. Because like they get her in there and she's doing the whatever 5 years for the desecration of a corpse or whatever. But during that 5 years, they can be building one hell of a case against her and then bring that. And, you know, so they've got time, you know. But at this point, I think they just want to have her locked up where she belongs before she kills anybody else because she's absolutely a danger to the community. Anybody that pisses her off is a zombie, you know, so. And then in one of the, where did I hear it? I heard something about, she was talking about that Alex, I really think that they killed Alex too. I really do. It's just too suspect to me that she called, like, can you go check on Alex? I'm just worried about him. And then he turns up to be dead, you know? I have to dab my eye. I better go get a tissue. I'll be right back.
Well, I really think that she had something to do with Alex, too. I think that, I don't know. I think she's a poisoner. It's the craziest thing. I can't figure that part of it out. As far as her being going through the court, what they've got her on right now, if they take her through a jury trial with the evidence presented in front of them, the jury will want her to be prosecuted to the fullest extent. I'm sure it would be a guilty verdict and want her to be prosecuted as much as they could. And the judge will go along with that. The judges here are harsh.
Yes.
They are harsh. The issue here is they like plea bargain. So far, it's supposed to be a jury trial.
Yeah.
If they push it all the way through a jury trial, then absolutely the judge is going to be as harsh as possible on it. They've cost the public as much money as possible.
Yes.
Now, if they work out some kind of a plea bargain and plead guilty to something and then not go through that, then they'll probably still get time. I imagine they still get probably 2 to 5, 5 to 10, something for what they've got them on right now.
Yeah.
And like Weird Mom was saying earlier, that will give them time to build the other cases against them as strong and solid and contact witnesses and get really really work thoroughly.
Yeah.
And get all their ducks in a row that way.
Yeah, just the sheer amount of electronic data that they have to go through is huge. With 60 phones, can you imagine? You know, but the more that I listen to that phone call between them, Melanie Gibb and her in chat, and that one, the more it sounds staged to me. Like, because I listened to it again last night. But you think about it, they had all those burner phones. And I had, someone had mentioned it on, it may have been Zab Girl. I can't remember where I heard it, but someone had said maybe that's staged. And then as soon as I heard that, it was like a bug in my ear. And then I was like, you know what, maybe. And so then I listened to it again last night. And you think about it, they had all those burner phones. They could have called on the other phones and figured out their little, like, I'm going to say this and you say that. But you've put me in a bad spot here, you know. You need to fix that or whatever. So I'm going to call you and act mad and then, you know, be outraged or whatever. And I'm going to record it, you know? So, and then they get on there and they're just like having their spiritual scripture war. Well, in John, you know, it says, well, in Ruth, it says, you know, Job says, oh, you're calling me the Korah horror, you know, like it's really overly dramatic when you look at it through the lens of, is this real, or are they putting on a show for us? You know, was this them helping cover Melanie Gibbs' butt? You know, because she didn't want to be involved after she was involved. Yeah, 60 phones were recovered. They recovered phones from the storage unit, and then they recovered phones when they busted them in Hawaii too. So, like the burner phones. Dawn Marie was saying, "Wow, 60 phones."
Yeah, that was very weird, and I haven't listened to it again, thinking of it in that light. I mean, I knew that it was staged right off the bat because I knew Melanie was staging that phone call and recording it to try to get them to say something incriminating to save her butt.
Right.
Because at that point, she had already lied. She'd already gone too far. She now was probably convinced that kids were dead. If she didn't know all along, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Melanie, and
how could she not? Though
she knows a lot more about what's going on than what is going on.
How could she not?
She acts now,
right? I mean, because they were like, Charles is a zombie. Charles dies. Tammy's a zombie. Tammy dies. You know. Tylee's a zombie. Tylee disappears. And then they're like, JJ's a zombie. And they're like, we didn't know she was going to kill him. Like, we thought that I don't know, say a prayer. Bullshit. Nah. And then David Warwick's like performance on the stand, like him getting up there acting all like he's just a crotchety little old man and he just can't hear and he's so confused. But then you hear his podcast and he is right on it. So that was all for show.
That's not good at all.
No.
That's not good at all. No, that should blow them both out of the water if even being anything. I don't know. I think that there should be some kind of something.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they're digging into them.
Yeah,
I hope they're digging into them. I think there's a lot more to all of that. There's just so much that we don't know, and I do hope that they push it and go through a jury trial. I hope that she's that arrogant to think that, oh, they don't have enough. Yeah. I can convince. You know, I hope that she's that arrogant so that I can kind of get a better picture of what happened and how life was for them. I just have so much compassion for Tylee and JJ and how was life for them.
Yeah.
You know, they looked happy in Yellowstone with that, but were they living a scared happy? Were they happy for doing what they were doing for the day, but they were scared from moment to moment because they didn't really know when it's going to flip on a dime.
Yeah.
And they'd already heard and been told that they were acting like zombies as well.
It says, let's see, Dawn Marie says, so what do you think of when Chad was it that carried out of, let's see, what do you think of when Chad was it that carried out of the storage unit JJ's body, do you think? Do I think he was carrying JJ's body out of the storage unit? No, I don't. I think that they were in the storage unit. They were putting the spare tire in the back seat of the Jeep in the storage unit so that they could have Alex lay down in the back of the Jeep so he could shoot at Brandon Boudreaux. So like in those Jeeps, if you take the seat out, and then you can lay down back there, but you can't open the back window in that type of Jeep unless the spare tire is removed. So the window doesn't open. So you can open that back window up if the spare tire is off. And so you have to, the way it mounts on the back of the door. So they had to take that off and put that in the storage unit. But you know, why did they get a storage unit when they had that big huge house? They had to have been hiding something there, you know. And so, you know, the spare tire in the seat, but then I also think that maybe they used whatever bone saw and gun that they had was also in the storage unit. So, because they have these, they call them bone saws. It looks just like a sawzall, but it has like a little rubber guard on it, and they use them in hunting a lot. And it's a big power tool, and it's so that you can dress down a deer right in the field. You can take the legs and arms and everything off. And so I believe that they use something to that effect on Tylee, sadly. Dawn Marie says, oh, okay, because it looked like a leg. I remember that video. I think that was just like a piece of the seat where it like locks in. Is that part that kind of looked like a leg was like the armrest part, or the it could be a deal that like locks in, you know. So without seeing it right off, you know, I want to rub my eyes so bad. I want to rub it. It just, this is miserable. Okay. All right. It's okay. It's going to be okay. My cornea is going to heal.
Yeah. Oh gosh, don't push on it.
I'm not. I'm gently dabbing it. Yeah. It's difficult because, you know, my daughter is Tylee's age. And so I'm, you know, forever going to think, you know, that's how old Tylee would be. You know what I mean? Tylee is just months older than my youngest, who's going to be 18 soon. And that should have been Tylee. Yeah, Dawn Marie, I wound up with the contact stuck in my eye for a week. I took a nap with it in there and it like rolled around to the back of my eye socket. I thought it fell out, but it didn't. It just kicked around in there for a week and screwed up my cornea. So it looks great. It sure highlights the green in my eye, though. I'll tell you what. Oh my goodness. I think it looks like a lizard eye, personally.
Oh. Oh.
Luckily, it's nice and dim in here, so, you know, just the right amount of dim.
Oh.
It is hot.
Oh, you poor girl.
I'm going to just dab my sweat. I tell you what. All right. Oh, oops. Let me just throw stuff. Wait, these dogs are really quiet. Let me just make sure they're really okay. All right, they're sleeping. You just never know. You know how it is. Kids, when they're quiet, you really got to go check them.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did go ahead and put a memorial across the street from the Daybells at the neighbor's house, at Ray Price's house.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So, oh my God, good.
So we've got that. We've got our little sign that we made, that you made. By we, I mean you. And I was on the phone morally supporting you. But
absolutely walking me through it the whole way.
Yes.
So yes, we've got our sign made up, and I can go and get that put up. I'm so glad that they put a memorial across the street and are allowing us to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can go do that tomorrow, maybe Saturday.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah, if the weather's nice.
Yeah.
Well, the wind was blowing really bad today, but
yeah,
absolutely, definitely get that done this next week.
Yeah, and I'll get you some leis and stuff sent from here, because Tylee sure did love the ocean, and sure did love Hawaii. So
yeah,
I'll send some stuff from here to put on there too. I'll send you a care package.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, bless her heart. She's such a beautiful girl. I really think that Lori was very jealous of her, and I think that she would have grown up to be much more beautiful than her mother. And really, as you want your kids to be better than you and do more than you and be more successful than you, and each generation get better and more, not holding them back and label them as zombies and burying them in your boyfriend's backyard because you feel intimidated by their greatness. Yes.
Insanity. It's just insanity.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt at all if she had something to do with her sister as well, and jealousy was involved.
We were talking about that. We should let's get into that, because I mean, absolutely. Like, I think they found something that worked clear back then. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. I almost think that there's been something that she's known up for a long time that helps her with her poisoning. And it's something easy and simple, and nobody'd ever think of it except for somebody that's psychotic and used it because that was what was available in the garage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really think it was some kind of plant poison. Because remember, back in the day, when we were kids, they were really plain about this will kill you, and now they're a little more muted about it. Like, this could be toxic in the state of California, But
well, they absolutely were, and even, I mean, it killed a lot of stuff killed a lot of birds in the 80s. They quit selling stuff.
Yes.
But it was still available to pick up at yard sales and estate sales, and it was still available in the people's garages and old barns because they purchased it 5 years prior to, and I mean, I don't know. I do things like that. That's just crazy.
Yep, I can see him doing that. Like, and there's just been like a trail of bodies behind Lori, like her attorneys, like somebody she gets into it with somebody, and they just they die. They have a heart attack. They just suddenly die. Dawn Maria asks how,
and like basically chalking it up to natural causes, people of all ages.
Right.
And I'm not sure how it is everywhere, but unless a person dies under suspicious circumstances in the state of Idaho, they don't do an autopsy.
They don't.
Unless the family pushes forward and thinks that it's suspicious and pays for the autopsy.
Yes, that's the whole thing. You get charged for the autopsy in Idaho. Chad would have had to put the money up front for them to do an autopsy on Tammy, and of course he wasn't going to do that. I'm really surprised he didn't try to cremate her. They cremated Alex just quickly.
Yeah, that might have been some technicality that it's against a religious belief, or it could have been just because it worked so smoothly. I mean, and then they just chalked it up to natural causes, and I'm sure he was like, whoa, wow, okay. I can't believe I got away with that so slick or whatever. I don't know. He had to have been involved in her death.
He had
to have been. That was after the children were already gone. I'm sure by then Lori was spouting off crazy stuff like, I've sacrificed for us and you're not.
Yeah. The rings are on the way and she better be in the ground by the time my ring gets here. I ordered the rings. I already got our clothes. What the hell?
Right? I mean, it all went so fast, and that timeline is really key.
Oh man.
You know, I mean, shit. And I'd like to be a fly on that wall and know when she ordered the ring, know when she bought her tickets, know when she started making the phone calls and started digging around, deciding to go.
All of that's on analytics and analytics on Annie Cushing's.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, yeah, we
like
should.
All of that. She has everything.
Get on and talk about it. You can help me get it pulled up and
yes,
and walk through it and talk about
Look
it.
at the timeline.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, her stuff is so thorough because she's
Annie.
Yeah, she's been just amazing. Like she's taken her grief and focused it into, something so useful and positive,
Yeah.
That's commendable.
Well, I can see that, I mean, I've lost brothers and I know what that feels like, and under the circumstances that she lost hers, I can see her having to focus that into and something, and she's done something amazing. It's an amazing, powerful thing she's done there.
Yes.
It is. My hat's off to her.
Yeah. Yes. And I've heard on several podcasts, ex-law enforcement officers going, this is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. This is what we need to do for every case. And so I really feel like she did some game changer analytics there with this case that may wind up carrying over into other cases, and becoming a model for other law enforcement agencies to, well, I say other as though she's a law enforcement agency, but but for law enforcement agencies to really, consolidate and be able to disseminate the information. Yeah.
Yes. And they should name it the analytics
method
system.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Method. Yep. Yes. She should get a credit.
Absolutely.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And she rocks this absolute Breakfast Club vibe that I just love when she does her podcasts. She reminds me of I don't know, what she was wearing the last time. I don't know. I'm like a fangirl. I'm a fangirl of Annie, let me tell you. She's amazing. She really is. I got some nerd love for her, let me tell you. Okay, let me. Dawn Marie says, has anyone heard anything about Colby? Yes, that is his name. I saw that he had left a statement for the memorial that they had. They did a candlelight vigil in Rexburg, Idaho at Porter Park on Tylee's birthday. And he had sent over a statement for them to read. So, and then I guess Annie had recorded a statement, but I couldn't really hear it that well because it was like a live broadcast and it just wasn't coming across very well. So, and the wind was blowing.
Madison County right now is a real hot spot for COVID-19 in our state. And so that might have been why he didn't.
Yeah, he's got a baby. I mean, he's got a little baby at home, So, and whenever he goes out in public, people want to be right up and oh, let me hug you. And, and yeah.
It'd be hard. It'd be hard.
Yeah.
Making those choices right now in the middle of a pandemic.
Yes. She says, now, how is Annie related to Colby? Annie is Colby's biological aunt. So Colby's Okay, wait, is it her biological aunt? No, okay, so Joe Ryan is Annie's brother. So Joe adopted Colby, so it's not his biological aunt. It's his adopted aunt. Like, because he was Joe Ryan adopted Colby, right? So yeah, that's how Annie is related to Colby. But she's Tylee's biological aunt. Yeah.
I feel so bad for her.
Yes.
She really is amazing and courageous with what she's going through.
Yeah. Absolutely. Props to her. Big kudos to Annie.
Yeah.
Yes. Power girl. Fist bump. Yeah, and she's clear in New York, so there's, that would be quite a trip for her to come for a memorial or anything like that. Or not a memorial, a vigil. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I have a feeling if it was a memorial, she would make her way there. But like this was a candlelight vigil that they did for Tylee's birthday. She says, okay, so she's on his side, on Colby's side, yeah. Yeah, on his side of the family, I'm assuming you mean. We're all on Colby's side, I think. I feel so bad for him too because oh my gosh, because there's that whole where you gotta like you came from that too. You know what I mean? Like that's your parent. So on the one hand, it's horrific and everything's awful, but like that's your DNA too. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much complexities that, to the feelings of that. I can't even, it must just be awful. It must just be awful.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wants to keep that line of communication open to try to, to try to find out as much as he can to avenge his brother and sister, but at the same time, I'm sure it's very difficult for him to talk to her and be nice to her. And
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. No, I really hope that he's able to get some counseling and stuff to help go through some emotions and get some tools to help deal with some stuff. It's got to be overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, let's see. I also said we were going to talk about the Barry Morphew search, but you're not up on the Barry Morphew case, are you?
I'm not.
Okay, so what that is this lady Suzanne Morphew. She came up missing on Mother's Day. That's the day we think she's missing. So her husband, multiple decades long years or whatever, he says that he had gone out of town and he was doing a job that was like 4 hours away, but yet still got a hotel room or whatever. This is like Denver area. And so they lived in like some like suburbs or something. Anyway, he was out of town supposedly when she disappeared, and the daughters tried to get a hold of her because it was Mother's Day and couldn't. And so they asked the neighbor to check. And the neighbor went over to check and noticed that she and her bike were gone and the garage door was open. And then I guess that, set off alarm bells because she wasn't back. And so Barry came back from his business trip and whatnot and had this big story about, well, a mountain lion surely must have knocked her off her bike and dragged her off right here. This is probably what happened. So like he had such a developed story. I don't even believe him because of that. It's absolutely,
oh my
gosh. Yeah.
Oh my
God. Yeah. It's some shady stuff. Yeah. And then the hotel room turns out to be like more of an alibi than anything else. So this was a job that they weren't even scheduled to do on Mother's Day. he didn't have all the stuff they needed. It was not planned in advance. He winds up calling up a couple of his coworkers. One of them was this Jeff guy, and the other one was a female. I can't think of her name. And then everybody's like, oh, that's the mistress because she's a female in the construction industry. So obviously, right? God, I hate that. I hate that so bad. I went through that. I was in the construction industry. So just because a woman is in the construction industry working with your man doesn't mean she wants your man. That means that she sees your man burping and farting and eating out loud and being disgusting. And I can guarantee you that she probably does not want your man. But anyway, so the Jeff guy, when he got to the hotel room, noticed that the room really smelled like chlorine and there was like towels everywhere. And then he saw some mail in the garbage can that had to do with like insurance papers, like house insurance or something, which is odd because like, why would you bring your mail to out of town to throw away in your hotel? That's just, I personally don't ever throw anything that personal away in the hotel because, you know, identity theft. Like I don't know. It was just odd. But he wound up turning his hotel room over to Jeff, which is common, like with the, you know, with the construction guys, they get a block of rooms or whatever, or they get a couple rooms and everybody, whatever, they trade off in them or whatnot. So that's not so uncommon, but the timing of it is uncommon. The fact that none of the stuff was there for the job to be done was uncommon. You know, that he just had the guy just kind of there in the room. And then the girl, you know, hey, Courtney.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Oh, how crazy. Oh, my land.
Yeah. So then they start doing like they're searching around and whatnot. And he's like one of these that doesn't want to be on TV. He's giving off some hard Scott Peterson vibes, you know, like he's avoiding the shit, like leave me alone. I'm not taking a lie detector type shit. But then coming out to the, you know, like, oh, I'm going to, you know, whatever. Like it just, he's contradictory and all of that, you know. But the police weren't really doing a lot about it. And so his Suzanne's family. Okay, so Suzanne's maiden name is Mormon. It just, I think it's got two O's, Moorman or something. Mormon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mormon.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, the Mormon family is.
And
they've organized a search, and her brother has just absolutely been instrumental in that. So. I think it started, did it start today? It starts the 24th. What is today? I don't even know. Oh, it started yesterday. So they are searching. I know that like Web Sleuths is providing a little bit of like some, you know, help as in like trying to get like some food set up and maybe hotel rooms, rides, gas, stuff like that. They've like tried to help out that way. Quite a few people have gone down. I think they were scheduled that they had hundreds. And so, yeah.
Okay. Oh, good.
Oh, good. Courtney Liz says the woman reporter had got threats and had to quit. Yeah. Barry Morphew has been really crazy about threatening people too. Like, in fact, okay, so this kid, I call him a kid. He's not a kid. He's a grown-ass man. Tyson Draper. So he had got this, he had put his like phone in his pocket and recorded himself talking to Barry Morphew. And Barry Morphew had said something to the effect of, "Are you a reporter?" And he was like, "Oh no, I'm not a reporter," because he's not. He's a YouTube creator. Anyway, but then he was like, "Well, I better not find out you are," or you know, and he like threatens him. I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but he was like very threatening about it. It was messed up. Hi, Felicia.
Oh.
Yeah, like I'll find you type shit, you know, like you better not be a reporter, and you know, well, he's not. He's a YouTube creator. But he wound up putting that interview up there. Tyson Draper's the same guy that went to Zulema's house and knocked on her door. It's that guy. Tyson's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Good
he's
deal.
probably down there doing the search right now, I bet. If I had to guess, I don't know that for sure, but if I had to guess, I bet he is. Does anybody know? Anybody right off? All right, so we got Dawn Marie and Courtney Liz and Felicia in the house. In the house. In my fake house. With my fake piano. Oh, my fake piano. He told the searchers not to come on his property as he was putting up trail cams with a shotgun on his shoulder. Yeah, this is the kind of guy Barry Morphew is. That sounds like a completely innocent man, doesn't it? Yeah, and then he also, like with his wife missing, didn't he, like, he sold the house, and moved, like, what? Like,
what?
Yeah, like there's some bullshit about
and
that.
And she's only been missing for 4 months now?
Since Mother's Day. Yeah, but he's got a whole spiel about, a mountain lion grabbed her and carried her off. That's not, no. Mountain lions are freaking lazy. They are. They want cats. They want a small cat. They don't even want your big cat. They want your little cat. They want your little dog. They want your little chicken. They're not trying to go after roosters. They're trying to go after little hens and pullets, like the little baby chickens, like. It's not my real house. It's a background, just so we're clear. I wish it was my beautiful home. It would be beautiful. Expensive. Yeah, but in Hawaii, this would be like a $7,000 a month home, probably, something. Yeah. So, but it's an awesome background. I sure feel bougie. Yeah. Felicia says, beautiful house. I love it. I love it too, if it were only mine. I love the fireplace. I want a fireplace. It's too hot to ever have a fire, but that would be great. Like at night, like burn some nice Kiave wood.
Even those little fake fireplaces, the little fake looking fireplaces. It's cozy.
Yeah.
Turn it on, flip the switch.
Courtney Liz says only like 6 people have died from mountain lions in the past 100 years, estimated. Exactly. This is just not something that commonly happens. Like, I used to deliver newspapers, okay? And so that happens like at the butt crack of dawn, like when it's so early in the morning that it's still nighttime for the crackheads, So there were mountain lions out at that time, and they would kind of stalk me a little bit, and I would hear them, but they didn't come after me. They didn't try to take my newspapers. I had plenty of time to get back to my car and be like, ooh, like up in the Kamora, Loama, whatever that area was, up in the foothills. And then when I did the recycling shit, that happened.
Yeah.
Same thing up in the foothills. We were being a little bit stalked by a mountain lion, but yeah, they watch you, they'll look at you, but they're not trying to come after you, like, because you're also a predator, and you're close to their size, and they have so many other options. How many little dogs do you see going through a neighborhood? How many cats? There's raccoons, there's skunks, there's squirrels.
They're stalkers.
They are.
They're stalkers, and they're going to stalk another animal before they'll ever try to stalk a human. And they're not going to want to stalk a human that's on a bike.
Right. Yeah, Felicia Lewis says, we used to see them all the time riding horses, and they're afraid of people. They are. They'll watch you, and they'll come along and they'll stalk you, but they aren't trying to get to you. They aren't ever trying to attack you. I used to freak out because the kids, I was like, get the kids, stay in the car, because they're little, and they could, they're little and they're cute and they're probably tasty. They eat a lot of candy, drink a lot of pop. But, that even then I knew that was being really kind of overly, I was still going to make my kids get in the damn car, but they weren't going to come take my kids, like they're big, If that was a thing, then all the kids playing in the yard, playing kick the can and jumping on their trampolines at night and running up and down the street, you would hear about it way more often. Like, oh, a mountain lion took out another little 4-year-old, or got a 7-year-old, or, Yeah.
Right.
But this woman in her 40s, you know, on a bicycle. Yeah. Felicia says she saw one run up a tree scared to death of us. Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a cat. It's a cat, you know, and they behave like cats. So they're trying to act cool. They're trying to act tough, but they're not. I mean, they're going to run, you know, and yeah, it's just very, in my opinion, killed his wife and got rid of her body between his home and Denver, you know. He keeps trying to get everybody to search this one specific wooded area. The fact that he wants people to search there tells me that she's not there. She can't possibly be there, or he wouldn't be telling everybody to search there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that he threatened them off of his property is weird, and then he sold it after that. So now it should be.
I think it's up for sale or something. I can't. That's actually I can't verify that, but yeah, but
okay.
I'm trying to. Let me look it up here. I'd heard that it was up for sale, or he was going to sell it, or something. Let me just pull that up right quick. So I'm not starting dirty rumors. If I'm going to start a dirty rumor, that's a boring dirty rumor. I want it to be a better dirty rumor, you know?
Right. Make it juicy, you know?
Yes.
Bimbo hasn't stepped forward and doesn't, she's dating him yet.
Not yet. He says, he doesn't say that he's never cheated on his wife. He says he has only loved his wife or something to that effect. Okay, yes, he filed a guardianship for incapacitated Suzanne so that he could take control of their property. He did that in June, and then he did that so he could sell the real estate in Indiana on behalf of Suzanne, who is the joint owner of the property. So yes, he did. Yep. And then he moved to.
Oh, okay.
He absolutely did sell the land, and then the new land is 15 miles from Suzanne Morphew's. Oops. His new land is 15 miles from Suzanne Morphew's house in the $500,000 median real estate area. Ooh, nice. Must be nice. Shoot. Okay. It's time for my eye drops, and I have to be just religious about this. I have to put these wonderful eye drops in every hour so that my eye doesn't fall out. So I don't need to get a corneal implant or, you know, I don't want to go blind. I want both my eyes. I will never ever make that. I'll give my left eye or my right eye. Here, listen to the name of these drops. It sounds like it's made up. It sounds like a made up name. Moxifloxacin. Moxifloxacin. What are you taking? Oh, it's called a moxifloxacin. Moxifloxacin. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh. Okay. All right, back to. Yeah, and see, she disappears on Mother's Day, and by, the 5th of June, according to Crime Online, this is posted on the 5th of June, sometime, let's see, according to, okay, she was 49, missing for less than a month. She failed to return home from a bike ride on Mother's Day.
Okay, they found her bike on a pathway a short time after her disappearance.
Right. And Barry Morphew claims that they didn't properly secure the scene and they didn't take evidence that they needed to take and that they screwed it up and that the police are covering up their ineptitude and whatever. Like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, if it comes out of his mouth, it needs to be verified. Double and triple. Okay, so on June 1st, he's filing for guardianship of Suzanne Morphew. So he's very concerned that his wife is missing because he wants to sell the house. Yeah. And I remember something about she didn't want to sell the house. And then now she's dead and he sold the house. Weird. Yeah.
So he says that they've been in love since 1988.
Mm-hmm.
So like high school kind of thing, apparently.
Right.
Yeah, that would get him in high school. Graduating.
Well, it's good to see that the ginger hate is alive and well. In this article, it says, guardianship is the redheaded stepchild of probate court. Seal, a senior partner at Kirkland and Seal LLC, added. You know what I have to say to you, Seal? Yeah, asshole. What's the matter with redheaded stepchildren? What's wrong with redheaded stepchildren? I'm a redheaded stepchild. The hell? Oh, what happened here? Something popped up. There, we fixed it. Yeah. Rude. Anyway, Felicia said, yeah, he had her deemed incapacitated to get her rights. And Felicia is also a redheaded stepchild. So, redheaded stepchild children unite. Yeah. What's the matter? Nothing wrong with redheads. Gingers are not aliens. Stop listening to South Park. Red Queen. Yeah. Anyway. All right, my dear. We are at an hour. So
okay.
we should probably wrap this up. I'm sorry I've been a little, yes, us redheads have to stick together, Felicia. Absolutely. Here's some fist bump. Little freckly white fist bump hand. There. Oh, you can actually see my freckles on there. That's cool. Gosh. Okay. Anywho. I am going to try to do a couple of just random lives this week just for fun. Just to make up for the fact I didn't. Oh, you know what happened last week? I thought Friday. I was all day walking around thinking it was Thursday. Didn't realize I even missed it until Saturday. And I was like, oh, shit. You know, so, and then I was going to get on and do another live, but then I was doing my water and I had to like redo it several times. And anyway, but I have water now. I get to just like turn a thing on and like go out to a hose and I don't have to carry any buckets. And it's so great. Oh my God, I love it so much. Oh, it's great. It's bougie. But but it's R1 water, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm not trying to drink it. I'm just trying to water my plants with it. So I will try to get on and do some lives this week. Maybe some from the farm. I am working on some videos. Maybe I'll get them done. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm working with one eye tied behind my back. So we'll just see what we can do and just forgive ourselves for the rest, huh? And so, all right. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you hit the like and the subscribe. And let's see, the like would be on this side and then subscribe over here. And then hit that little bell thing so that it tells you when I'm coming on live, because I probably get put clear down to the very bottom of your list of channels because I decided to start my name with the T. I didn't think these things through. I don't know. But yeah, I'm turning your notifications to all. Zav, look at you coming in as I'm saying goodbye. Hi, Zav. Zav's in the house. So, but yeah, I'm going to try to get on. I'm thinking Sunday. I think Sunday would be a great day to jump on and and talk about some more stuff. So, yeah, and then maybe my eyeball will be doing a little bit better by then. Yes. Anyway. All right. Everybody, be kind to yourselves, forgive yourselves. Don't be too freaking hard on yourselves. We're all just trying to make it, So, shoots, do your best and forgive yourself for the rest. All right. And on that note, I'm going to jump on out of here and we will catch you all maybe Sunday. If not Sunday, I'll see you next Friday. Just, hit that notification bell so that you know, because I don't even know. So we'll figure this out together, eh? All right. I love y'all. Mwah.